Whether it's with friends or randos at your LGS, everyone who plays Commander has that one deck that they always bring to game nights. For me, it's the criminally underrated grave robbing duo of Innistrad, Kamber, and Laurine. With 466 decks at the time of recording on EDHREC, it's safe to say that they aren't a very popular Commander option. Kamber is a 3 and a black 3/4 vampire rogue with lifelink, and whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, you gain 1 life and create a blood token. And her partner in crime, Laurine, is a 2 and a red 3/3 human rogue with first strike and pay 2, sacrifice an artifact to goad target creature. The basic game plan for the deck is fairly simple. Play Kamber as fast as possible and kill the opponent's creatures for value. You can gain a ton of life over the course of a game, and more importantly, you can net a bunch of blood tokens. So, Kamber is our main value engine, and what about Laurine? Well, true to her name, she's a diversion. She can force your opponents to swing their big scary monster somewhere else, or force someone to swing with their value or combo piece to disrupt their plans. She's also a decent blocker herself thanks to her first strike. Most importantly, though, she gives us access to red. With all of that being said, how are we going to kill enough of our opponent's creatures if they're running something like Spellslinger or Voltron? The answer is really easy. We give them the creatures ourselves. In the early game, this is good for politicking and making deals with the table, and can take some pressure off of us, while also netting us some blood tokens and life when they block. We've got Hunted Horror, Hunted Dragon, Clackbridge Troll, Dowsing Dagger, Forbidden Orchard, Varchild Betrayer of Kildor, and in my opinion, the best card for early game deals, Varchild's War Riders. That cumulative upkeep trigger really puts in a lot of work in this deck, since it can give us a ton of creatures to kill. We're also running a bunch of effects that give everyone tokens as well, such as Tribute to Hirobi, Goblin Spymaster, Genesis Chamber, Life of the Party, Slaughter Specialist, Rite of the Raging Storm, and Infernal Genesis to help keep the blood flowing. So, since we're just giving away small creature tokens, how are we planning on actually killing them exactly? Well, we're definitely running some smaller scale board wipes like Vampire's Vengeance, Bonus Hunger, Yeheni's Expertise, Pestilent Haze, Crippling Fear, Massacre Worm, and Mizium Mortars. We've also got normal board wipes with Damnation, Blasphemous Act, Tericier's Devastation, and Chain Lightning, as well as anti-anthems, as I like to call them, like Karavik the Spiteful, Knight of Souls Betrayal, and Maha Its Feathers Knight. Some other cards that don't really fit neatly in either of the categories are Archfiend of Ifnir, which is kind of a payoff for our blood tokens, Mog Infestation, which is kind of a targeted board wipe, in that it only really wipes one player's board. But for every creature that gets killed this way, they net 2 1/1 goblin creature tokens, which is excellent for us considering we're going to end up wiping those away anyway. And the nearly identical quartet of Merciless Executioner, Demon's Disciple, Plague Crafter, and Fleshbag Marauder. Now we have more blood than a blood bank. What can we do with them? We can use them for their ability to sacrifice them to discard and draw a card as a way to trigger the previously mentioned Archfiend of Ifnir, as well as Agent of the Iron Throne, Bone Miser, Nadir's Nightblade, Mayhem Devil, Marionette Master, who we're giving the counters instead of the servo tokens, and Mirkwood Bats, who also benefits from the tokens entering. Reckless Fireweaver and Ingenious Artillerist also ping our opponents every time we make a blood token, and Idol of Oblivion nets us card draw. We're also running cards like Inspiring Statuary and Girapur Aethergrid to get extra utility out of our blood tokens. In addition, Moonstone Eulogist is a piece of redundancy for Kamber, Lagomos, Hand of Hatred, is a means of tutoring, and we're running both Cranial Plating and Cranial Ram as sort of a backup Voltron win condition. And most importantly, we're running Fathom Fleet Swordjack. Fathom Fleet Swordjack is easily the most powerful card in the deck, so it's absolutely insane to me that it's only in 25 of 466 eligible decks. With the amount of artifact tokens the deck makes, I've been able to one-shot entire tables thanks to his Encore ability. Honestly, if you've got a very artifact-heavy deck, especially if you're making a bunch of artifact tokens, give him a try. I can't recommend him enough. Well, that's the deck. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to know if this is something you'd like to run. If you happen to be one of the 465 other people with a Kamber and Laurine deck, I'd also love to hear about your list. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see y'all again for the next one. Bye!